temperature is in the low 60s. The wind out of the southeast at 10 miles per hour. But right now, as we look at the flagpole, the flag is limp out there in center field. No wind at all. Humidity 41%. Forecast sunny with light winds. Tonight, fair and cool. All extra service of our baseball broadcast, the weather forecast. Siebert's on the mound. Let's hope he can get that leverage today and that the pain of the sprained ankle will be sufficiently reduced by the medications and treatments of Dr. Tierney and Buddy LaRue, so that Sonny will be effective today, because this is a big game. The Red Sox go in 1 full game ahead of Detroit. Baltimore 2.5 games out, and the Yankees now 4.5 games out. The Red Sox and Detroit are even in the win column, each with 79 wins. And the Red Sox are 2 up over Detroit in the loss column. Sox have lost 65, Detroit 67. After Detroit finishes this series tomorrow here in Fenway, they go home and they play all their remaining games at home. Total of 8 games. The last 3 against Boston on October 2, 3, and 4. The last 3 games of the season. So the Tigers have a favorable schedule once they get through this series. In fact, the feeling in the Tiger camp was that if they could have won last night's ball game, they were practically home free to the division title. They thought that was a key game for them and would have been a very, very big win. As it was, the Red Sox won it 3-2, although they were out hit 10-5. But the Tigers did not hit with men on base last night against the Red Sox pitching, against McLaughlin and the relievers. Bob Beal, Bolin did a great job in relief, and the Red Sox came through with a very big win. And now McAuliffe in the batter's box. We're ready to go, and here is Ned Martin.
Okay, Dave, thank you. And just a beautiful weather forecast you gave. I was kind of brought tears to my eyes. I've never heard it done so well. I don't believe there's ever been such a day, either weather-wise anyway, as this one. Here's Siebert's first pitch to Dick McAuliffe. Called strike 1, and we're underway. McAuliffe, our dugout interview guest, and a very articulate and interesting one today, talking about the game of baseball, what's the difference in it now and before, why there aren't the gung-ho kind of ball players coming up, in his opinion, why there aren't the big good hitters. There's a fly ball to shallow left. Dwight Evans coming over, looking up, and can't find it. He loses it in the sun. McAuliffe's in at second base for the double. Evans came over, had plenty of time, looked up. You could see he was having trouble. He put his glove up and tried to shield his eyes, and the ball fell behind him. He lost it completely in the sun. It's a pop fly double down into left field by Dick McAuliffe, who was hitting .239. So the Tigers get an early break on the first batter. Evans went over there, and of course he's played well in left field. It's coming up. He just lost in the sun. Al Kaline batting in the number 2 spot. It's kind of strange to see him hitting second in the lineup. Usually he's been 3, 4, 5 all through the years. Kaline batting .268, 6 homers and 24 RBIs. Siebert looks back towards second, and he pitches. It's bunted toward third. It's foul. Petrocelli picks it up in foul ground before it has a chance to do anything strange and kick over fair. So Kaline trying to get that runner over, dropping a bunt down, which is something you don't see very often either. Runner at second base, nobody out, just underway at Fenway Park. Slight breeze has picked up now, and it is blowing out. Last night it was a crosswind left to right, blowing toward right field. Now there's a breeze blowing out from home plate towards center. So it might be an interesting afternoon. Siebert looks for the sign. Takes his time, looks back to second, now backs off the mound. Kaline goes out. Sonny is a slow worker anyway, and maybe even slower today with concern about his ankle and his pitching motion and his rhythm. He is strictly a rhythm pitcher and likes everything just right. He checks the sign from Fisk. Kaline waiting at the plate. Here it is, and it's hit high and deep toward left center field, but Tommy Harper comes over and in now, and he misjudges the ball. It gets away from him. Here comes McAuliffe to the plate. He will score, and it's 1-0 as Kaline ends up at second. 2 balls lost to the Sun in succession, and the Tigers have a cheap run. Both of them should have been caught. But Harper looking up into a very high sky today. I told you there's no clouds in the sky. And in a sky like this, it's more difficult to pick up a baseball than it is when there's a cloudy background. It goes as an error this time on Harper. Harper was right there. He reached up, it seemed to stick his glove, and it fell away from him. The first one was called a double. This one is called an error, but both of them should have been caught. A 2-base error on Tommy Harper, and a run scores. No run batted in. 1-0 Tigers, and Gates Brown is up. Kaline's at second base. Boy, you haven't seen that for a while. The Sun giving fits to both Evans and Harper. 1-0 ball game. Detroit leading. Here's Siebert's pitch, and it's blowing outside, ball 1. Sonny was standing there ready to back up the play, and he got the ball, and he just kind of slammed it in his glove. Feeling kind of poorly about that, because there's ordinarily the plays being made that should be made without the Sun. Why, it would be 2 outs and nobody on and no runs in. Siebert throws. Curveball fouled off, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Gates Brown is hitting .232. 10 home runs, 31 runs batted in.
Ed, I've been watching Siebert walk around the mound, watching him closely, and he's got just a very, very slight limp. That right ankle apparently is bothering him a little bit. He's walking gingerly.
Well, it's been taped for 2 or 3 weeks now. Every day, Buddy LaRue tapes it. There's nothing you can do. There's no swelling. It's in a funny place. It's got to be day to day with him. 1-1 pitch. Curveball fouled back. 1-2. Remember training out in Arizona that the fall players used to talk about the high sky out there. There'd be day after day with not a cloud up there. And a very difficult backdrop. There isn't any backdrop. It's just pale blue. When there are clouds around, you can pick up the ball better. 1-2 pitch. Inside. 2-2 to Brown. Kaline at second. 1 run in. Nobody out. Siebert reading the sign from Carlton Fisk. Brown bent over at the plate. Husky left-handed hitter. He throws. It's low and outside. Ball 3. 3-2. On deck hitter is Norm Cash. Balls, 2 strikes to Gates Brown. Kaline off second. Long look by Siebert. Pitches, and it's way outside. Ball 4. He lost him. Brown goes to first base. There's still nobody out. We'll have a station break now. This is Red Sox baseball.
American Forces Radio in the Canal Zone. This is SCN, 790 and 1420.
Back at Fenway Park, and Norm Cash is up. Tigers leading 1-0 in the first inning. They have runners at first and second and nobody out. Cash had a good night 2 nights ago when he had 3 hits, 3 doubles. But he had a tough night last night when he struck out twice and hit into a double play. Pitch is low and outside, boxed around by Fisk. No advance by the runners. He catches up with the ball. Siebert is missing low now. And he's very shaky. He has no rhythm at all, it appears, right now. To his favor, however, there should be 2 out. Fisk gives the sign to Siebert. Sonny gets set. Throws. Inside. Ball 2. He's thrown 4 straight balls. 2 in a row to walk the 3rd and 4th ball to Gates Brown and first 2 to Cash. Nothing. Outfield around to right on Cash, a strong pull hitter to right. Here it is. It's way outside and low, ball 3. Siebert seems to be aiming and is not anywhere near the plate. The Cleveland Indians are leading the New York Yankees 2-0 after 3 innings. They were leading them, but Bernie Allen has hit a home run in the 4th with a man on. And now the Yankees have tied up Cleveland 2-2. Baltimore playing at Milwaukee this afternoon. Dave McNally will face Jim Lonborg. California at Minnesota, no score after 1 inning. Right against Woodson. There's ball 4. He walked Cash on 4 pitches. That should bring somebody from the dugout. It does. Lee Stang trots out. He's the forerunner usually. So it means they'll buy some time while Bill Lee, who just got up, has some chance to warm up in the bullpen. A pop fly double lost in the sun by Dwight Evans. A high fly ball lost in the sun by Tommy Harper for a 2-base error and a run. And consecutive walks to Brown and Cash have loaded the bases with nobody out and 1 run in. Hayline is at 3rd base. Gates Brown at 2nd and Norm Cash at 1st. In the American League tonight, Texas will be at Chicago and Kansas City at Oakland. In the National League, Philadelphia underway at New York. Philadelphia failed to score in the top of the 1st. Nash against Matlack. Montreal plays at Pittsburgh. McAnally against Nelson Briles. Chicago at St. Louis. Hooten against Gibson. That's Hoot Gibson. And San Francisco at Los Angeles. Tonight it's San Diego at Atlanta. Cincinnati at Houston. Here it is. A curveball that misses for a ball to Duke Sims. Sims was almost a hero for the Tigers last night. He drilled a 2-run homer into the Red Sox bullpen. Sonny Siebert now has thrown 7 straight balls. That curve came fairly close to the plate, the closest any pitch has been in those 7. Siebert laboring now, bases loaded. He's going to work from the stretch position. Infield at double play depth. Here it comes, and it's swung on and missed. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sonny hoping to get out of this, and right now, the infield hoping for the ground ball and a double play, at least to get 2 men out. At this point in the game, they would concede a run probably to get the double play, unless there was a comebacker to the mound, and then you could go 1, 2, 3 for the double play. Siebert looks in. Sims, a left-handed batter, hitting .281. Gets set at the plate. Siebert pitches. Ground ball foul off first base. Past Dick Trzeski, the first base coach. 1-2. A couple of former teammates facing each other. Sonny Siebert and Duke Sims, a former battery at Cleveland. Lee throwing hard in the Red Sox bullpen. Tigers leading 1-0. The count on Sims is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Siebert working very carefully. Stretches. Looks to third. Throws. Ground foul into the Red Sox dugout and out again. 1-2. Carl Yastrzemski playing first base. Doug Griffin at second. Louis Aparicio at short. And Rico Petroselli at third. Dwight Evans in left. Tommy Harper center. Reggie Smith right. Now Siebert again reads his sign. The runner at third base is Al Kaline. Brown at second. Cash at first. Here's the set. And the pitch. Foul back off to our left. So Sims has spoiled 3 with foul balls. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sims backs out a moment. Siebert taking a lot of time. Now the stretch by Siebert and the pitch again. Fouled again. Back this way, off to the left. So it's still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sims getting his bat on the ball, but not well. He's just chipping fouls around, not hitting the ball solidly, but he's not swinging and missing either. Infield, laying back at double play depth. Siebert to the stretch again, and once more we do it. It's swung on, line toward left field. Evans coming on, in there for a base hit. Run scores. The bases remain loaded. It's 2-0 Detroit. Sims loops a single to left center, and he's had 3 RBIs in these 2 games now. Siebert worked hard on him and almost got him a couple of times, but wasn't enough. Run batted in for Sims. Kaline scores. Brown to third and Cash to second. Still nobody out. This is like the inning 2 nights ago against Mike Garman and John Curtis. Red Sox fall behind quickly. They haven't had a bat in their hands. There's nobody out. Jim Northrup is up. Center fielder hitting .249 with 8 homers and 33 runs batted in. Siebert wants to check with Carlton Fisk, possibly for a sign change. Siebert has not had the breaks in this game. He's given up 1 hit, but he's walked 2. And there was an error behind him. He's actually given up 2 hits. One of them was that Sun-loss double by Dwight Evans, the first batter of the game, McAuliffe. So the breaks have gone Detroit's way so far this afternoon. As McAuliffe said, the breaks went the Red Sox way last night. But they also went Petrocelli's way. The baseballs went his way, and that was what killed the Tigers. Here's Siebert's pitch. Inside to the next batter, Northrup. Ball 1. Eddie Casco debating whether to start Siebert or Nagy. Nagy, who's just up from Louisville, hasn't worked much. Siebert with a bad ankle. They figured on Siebert's experience. His arm's in good shape. Didn't want to use a left-hander, but he's got one in the bullpen now. Pitch is low, ball 2, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. He didn't want to use a left-hander the other night, John Curtis, as a starter. So he used him in long relief, and Curtis was shelled for 5 hits and 4 runs. 4 or 5 runs. And Lee is in the bullpen now. Siebert walks around the 18-foot circle out there and moves back to the mound. The count is 2-0 to Jim Northrup. Northrup hitting .249. Bases loaded, nobody out. And here it is. Strike called on the outside corner, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Siebert's pitch. Line past Yastrzemski into right field, base hit. This will score 1 run. Here comes the next one going across, and they don't bother with it. He is out of the plate. Nice play by Reggie Fisk and Carlton Fisk as they tried to score Norm Cash from second, and he was thrown out. So they get a run, and it's 3-0 Detroit. Northrup lined a hit into right field. It scored Brown easily. They waved Norm Cash on, and Reggie fired in. It was up the third base line, almost as if it was going toward third. But Fisk got it on a hop and twirled around just in time to tag Norm Cash coming in. So Cash is out. The play going 9-2. They cut down a run at the plate. It's now Detroit 3, Red Sox 0. A run batted in single for Northrup. He's at first base. Duke Sims moved to second. Cash waved around by Joe Schultz and called out at home. Second time in this series that's happened. All right, here is the seventh man up this inning, Rodriguez, and Siebert backs off the mound. 3 runs and 3 hits. And they finally get an out, and they have to do it on a play from the right fielder to the catcher. An assist for Reggie Smith, a put out for Carlton Fisk. Here it comes, and it's a ball low, boxed in front of Fisk. 1-0. Well, it all started with 2 fly balls that were lost in the sun. Had they been caught, there still would have been a run in. But that would have been the 3rd out right now at home plate. So he wouldn't have escaped completely unscathed. Rodriguez up there, right-handed batter. And the pitch is low. Ball 2. 2-0. Natives getting a little restless downstairs. Can't believe what they're seeing out there in a long, long top of the first inning. Gone about 20 minutes. Fisk talking to Siebert. Griffin in on the conversation. Lee is warm in the bullpen now. Plate umpire Phillips goes out to speed things up out there. When things like this happen, even to the opposing team, it slows down an inning and slows down the tenor and pace of a ball game the way it's been worked here in the first inning. Now Siebert throws and misses high this time. Boxed around, dropped by Fisk. Ball 3. 3-0. The on-deck hitter is Eddie Brinkman. And the fans are clamoring now for Siebert's removal. They're probably the same fans who didn't want to see Mike Nagy start and wanted to see Siebert start. Tides turn quickly in baseball. 3-0. Detroit leading in the top of the first. 1 out. Runners at first and second. Rodriguez, the batter. He's hitting .230. 10 homers. Siebert throws. Ball 4. He loads them up again, and that's all. Eddie Casco comes out, and that'll be all for Sonny Siebert. So another experiment didn't work. First, it was Mike Garman the other night that didn't happen. Siebert tried to do it on the bad ankle and couldn't. He had bad breaks with the ball being lost in the sun, first by Dwight Evans for a double, and then by Tommy Harper for an error. And then Siebert got wild. He walked 2. He gave up 2 hits and walked another, and he leaves the ball game with the bases loaded, trailing 3-0. Siebert faced 7 batters, got 1 of them out. And actually, Reggie Smith and Carlton Fisk got him out on a play at the plate. 1/3 of an inning, gave up 3 hits. One of them, that bad double. He has allowed 3 runs. He's responsible for 3 base runners. He walked 3. So a bad inning for Sonny Siebert. And the Red Sox, as they're still not out of the woods, and Bill Lee is coming on to work. First man up, McAuliffe lifted that easy fly ball into left that Evans could not find in the sun and let drop for a double. Al Kaline lifted a ball, easy fly ball, to left center field. Harper got under it, ticked off his glove as he lost it in the sun. They gave him an error and a run scored. Then Brown walked, Cash walked, Sims singled a run home, Northrup singled a run home, and on that play, Cash was thrown out at home plate trying to score. That's been the only out of the inning so far. So now, Bill Lee, left-hander, goes to the mound.
Casco hands Lee the ball and go to it. Now Buddy LaRue has walked out onto the field, or trotted out onto the field, and he's going to take a look at Tommy Harper in center field. Apparently might have hurt his hand or his thumb when he tried to catch that fly ball in the sun off the bat of Kaline.
On his right hand is his meat hand.
With ethyl chloride out. Here are the figures on Bill Lee. Lee has been in 43 games this year. He's won 6, saved 5, and lost 4. So he's been involved in 11 victories. His earned run average is 3.58. Bill has pitched 70 and 1/3 innings. He's allowed 61 hits and 28 earned runs. He's walked 30, and he has struck out 37. 4 wild pitches, 1 hit batsman. He's allowed 5 homers. Left-hander with a good assortment of pitches, and has turned in some good work for the Red Sox this month, particularly in the ball game at Cleveland, in which he hit a home run. But he went 5 innings in that ball game, allowed 1 run and 3 hits. A run that was scored on an odd play, and he wound up being charged with a loss. But he did pitch well. Now he's in a spot with the bases loaded, 1 out, and Brinkman, the hitter.
All right, here we go. Well, that spot has been faced by Bob Veal and Bob Bolin in this series in the last night's game. Right now, Lee has the bases loaded with 1 out to face, and Brinkman up. Brinkman batting 198. Right-handed hitter. Pops a foul out of play, strike 1. Brinkman hit the ground ball that Petrocelli made the double play on last night. Quite a play. One of the 2 key plays that Rico made, plus the catch by Miller. Brinkman has 5 homers on the year, 45 runs batted in. Lee winds and throws inside with a slider. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tigers 3, Red Sox nothing in the top of the first. 3 on, 1 out, 3 runs in, 1 error made. Now what's the good news? Here's the pitch high and outside, the Brinkman, ball 2, 2-1. 2-1 count to Brinkman, the shortstop, and the number 8 hitter. The portly Mr. Lolich, who must have an inside grin right now, and a 3-run lead is on deck. The high foul out of play. 2-2. Mickey Lolich, who hasn't thrown a pitch in the game yet, has 3 runs to work on now and looks out there with a chance at more with the bases loaded. A 3-run lead usually for Lolich is disaster for the other club, but Lolich has not been pitching well lately, and he's pitching in Fenway Park today, so we'll just see what happens. Mickey in past years has had a tough time here up until 1971, 70 and 71. Inside pitch, ball 3. 1 more, and the run comes across. It's 3-2.
Also, it's been a long time since Lolich warmed up out there in right center field. It's been about 35 minutes.
And a half-hour inning. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and it's hit on the ground to third. Petrocelli goes to second. To 1, over to first, double play, and get out of it. And Rico starts it again. Eddie Brinkman grounds into a double play, and he must have a complex about that by now. Petrocelli, who owned the game last night in the field, starts a 5-4-3 double play. He has started 3 of the 4 Red Sox double plays in the last 2 days. So, Lee throws the pitch that is necessary and gets out of trouble. In the first inning, though, the Tigers get 3 runs. There were 3 hits. There was 1 error. And they had 2 men left on base. After a half inning, Detroit 3, the Red Sox coming up.
Here's what happened in the National League on Friday. Pittsburgh beat Montreal 4-3 in 12 innings. Atlanta shut out San Diego 2-0. Philadelphia 5, New York 4 in 11 innings. Cincinnati clinched the West with a 4-3 win over Houston. Chicago at St. Louis postponed because of rain, and it was Los Angeles 1, San Francisco 0 in 11 innings. So the Pirates have already clinched the East, lead Chicago by 12.5 games. New York is 17 out. St. Louis trails by 22.5. Montreal 26.5 out. Philadelphia 37.5 out, and that's just about the way they're going to finish. In the West, there are no real battles going on, further positions there either. Cincinnati 9.5 over Houston, and the Reds have clinched in the West. Los Angeles trails by 12 games and have a slight chance of overtaking Houston for second. Atlanta is 22 out. They'll stay right there in fourth. San Francisco is 27.5 out. They'll remain fifth. San Diego gone, 35 out in sixth.
Well, it's catch-up time for the Red Sox now, and they are trailing 3-0 as they come to bat against Mickey Lolich, the non-pariah of left-handers lately in the American League. Tommy Harper first up, hitting .262, 14 homers, 49 runs batted in. Same fans who cheered his leadoff base hit the other days are booing him because of his error in center field, causing an unearned run in that first inning. Harper, 14 home runs, 49 runs batted in. Mickey Lolich, 20-game winner on the mound, kicks and throws, and it's inside and low, ball one. Aparicio on deck. Here's Lolich's pitch. It's hit high towards left center field. Under it is Jim Northrup waiting for it, and he's got it. He was shielding his eyes against the sun with his glove, but he didn't lose it. So Harper flies to Northrup in center. There's one out. Louis Aparicio, the shortstop up, he's hitting .253, 2 home runs, 35 runs batted in. Pitch is inside to him, ball one. Lolich, a hard worker, and it never appears that he has great stuff, but he always does. Throws the fastball, the curve, gets it over the plate. Line drive, base hit to left field for Aparicio. Louis on with a single to left. He was hitting .253. So there's a man on and a man out, and Yastrzemski at the plate. Yastrzemski's hitting .264. 9 home runs, 58 runs batted in. His homer in the third inning last night proved to be the deciding run in that 3-2 game, and it landed in the visitors' bullpen. The Red Sox went down in order all the way to the 9th inning after that home run. They didn't get a hit. Yaz against Lolich this year is 2 for 9. Low, ball one. Yastrzemski had a single against Lolich on opening day in Detroit, and then he ran into an out at third base in the first inning that promised to be better than it was. The Red Sox got only 1 run when they could have had 2 or 3. 1-0 the count to Yastrzemski. Lolich throws, and it's popped up in the infield. McAuliffe looks at the third baseman, and McAuliffe calls for it and has it. Dick went in there, looked over at Rodriguez, who looked at him, and the shortstop, Eddie Brinkman, just got out of the way. He didn't look at anybody. So there are 2 outs. Yaz popping to second. Reggie Smith up, hitting .265, 20 home runs, 70 runs batted in. Red Sox trailing 3-0 in the first inning. Pitch to Smith. Ground foul, ripped past Eddie Poplowski, the third base coach. Smith against left-handed pitchers this year is batting .265. Pitch, foul, knocks it off the right side to McAuliffe, digs it out, throws to first in time, and the inning is over. A meager inning for the Red Sox with no runs, 1 hit and 1 left. And after 1 inning of play, it's the Tigers 3, the Red Sox nothing.
Some college football scores are coming in, and a surprise. Penn State and Navy at the end of the first quarter, no score. At the end of the first half, Navy 3, Penn State nothing. Another halftime score, Maryland is leading VMI 7-3, And at the end of the first quarter, it's North Carolina 3, North Carolina State nothing. In other games underway in the East, Army is playing Nebraska, Brown at Holy Cross, Colgate at Lafayette, Rutgers at Lehigh, Villanova, and William and Mary. In the South, Auburn at Chattanooga, Duke is entertaining Stanford, VMI is at Maryland, North Carolina State at North Carolina. We gave you the first quarter score. South Carolina and Mississippi. Wake Forest is playing Tennessee. Tulane is at Georgia. West Virginia is playing Virginia. In the Southwest, Oklahoma and Oregon. That's in the Midwest. Missouri and Baylor, Iowa State, and Utah.
Well, the first inning is finally history here. It took quite a while to get it accomplished. The Red Sox were rather quick in their half. The Tigers long in theirs, and the Tigers therefore lead 3-0 after one inning of play. Bill Lee came on and pitched to Brinkman with the bases loaded and got him to hit a double play ball to Petroselli. Mickey Lolich, the only man who did not come up in that first inning, is at the plate as we go to the second inning, and Dave Martin.
Thank you, Ned. Here's Lolich hitting right-handed against Bill Lee. Here's the lineup of the first pitch, and it's a strike call. The beauty on the outside corner. That's strike one on Lolich. Lolich has an 0.74 batting average, 6 for 81. There's the lineup of the pitch. It's a ball outside, and the count is 1-1. Lolich has always been a weak-hitting pitcher, but he did hit a home run in the World Series of '68 against the Cardinals. There's the windup of the 1-1 pitch. A swing and a high hopper over the pitcher's mound. Behind second is Griffin. The throw, he's out. Griffin went behind second base. Come up with the ball, and he threw Lolich out. Griffin to Yastrzemski, and it brings up the leadoff man, McCullough. Aparicio was going to his left, Griffin to his right. Griffin came up with the ball behind second. Dick McCullough for the batter's box now, a left-hand hitter. Got credit for a two-base hit in the first inning when his pop fly fell in left field away from Dwight Evans. Evans lost it in the sun. Here's the pitch. Swing and a line drive into right field, a base hit. That's a legitimate hit. Reggie up with the ball. McCullough digging for two to throw, and he is out at second base. Pitch to Aparicio. McCullough was out. He tried to take the Red Sox and Reggie Smith by surprise with a flip for second, but he was out. They got him by a good margin. Pitch to Aparicio. McCullough gets credit for a single. It brings up Al Kaline. Two out and nobody on. Pitch to Kaline is a strike called in the outside corner. Dave Phillips working the plate today. Bill Lee winding up. Here's the pitch to Kaline. A swing, and he hits a high pop fly ball outside of first base. Yastrzemski under the ball. He's got it in foul territory behind the coach's box about 30 feet to retire the side. No runs and one hit, and nobody left. At the middle of the second inning, the score is Detroit 3, the Red Sox nothing.
Checking the rest of the schedule in the American League, New York is at Cleveland. Fritz Peterson versus Steve Dunning. California's at Minnesota. Clyde Wright, 16-10 for the Angels, goes against Dick Woodson, 13-14 for Minnesota. Baltimore's at Milwaukee. Dave McNally, 13 wins, 16 losses for the Orioles. Jim Lonborg to pitch for Milwaukee. Lonborg, by the way, is 12-11. Kansas City is at Oakland. Paul Splittorff versus Jim Hunter, who will be going for his 21st victory of the season. And Texas is at Chicago. Either Bill Gogolewski or Rich Hand for the Rangers. Tom Bradley, 14 wins and 14 losses for the White Sox. In the National League, Montreal is at Pittsburgh. Ernie McAnally versus Nelson Briles. Briles is 14-8. Chicago is at St. Louis in a doubleheader. Rick Ruschel for Chicago along with Bert Hooten. Bob Gibson and Reggie Cleveland for St. Louis. That doubleheader necessitated because of a rainout on Friday. San Francisco is at Los Angeles. Ron Bryant will take on Al Downing.
There's the third baseman, Petroselli, leading off for the Red Sox now. In the last half of the second inning, we have a new center fielder for the Tigers. It's Mickey Stanley, now playing center field for Detroit in place of Northrop. So Petroselli in the batter's box now. Third baseman, right-hand hitter, made two brilliant defensive plays last night for the Red Sox. Here's the pitch inside for a ball. Those two plays save 4, 5, even perhaps 6 runs. He is turning into a vacuum cleaner at third base. Comes up with everything. Count is ball 1. Lolich winds up. The pitch is a strike call knee high to make it 1-1 on Petroselli. Rico's batting average is .246, 14 homers, 72 runs batted in. Count is ball 1 and strike 1 with the last half of the second. Lined up by Lolich in the pitch. Swing, and he pops it straight up into the air. Up the silo. McAuliffe looking up. High sky. He's got it. Now let's pause for station identification. This is Red Sox baseball.
At 790 and 1420 in the Canal Zone, this is SCN Radio, an affiliate of the American Forces Radio and Television Service.
Here's Carlton Fisk now. Petroselli retired for the first out of the inning and a high pop infield fly to Dick McAuliffe. 1 out and nobody on. Fisk is hitting .301. He has 22 homers and 60 runs batted in. Lolich all set. Here's the lineup, and here comes the pitch. Strike call. Hit the outside corner. Strike 1. Red Sox have made one hit, a single by Aparicio in the first inning. Lolich going for victory number 21 today. Here's the pitch. Below his knees, and the count is ball 1, strike 1 on Petroselli. On Fisk, pardon me. And to see for all your automotive. Line up with the pitch. Curve, a swing, a bouncing ball. Up with it is Rodriguez. The throw, he is out. Good play by Aurelio Rodriguez. Third baseman going to his left. Up with that hard hit ball. And his glove hand cleanly and threw Fisk out. 2 out and nobody on. Brings up Dwight Evans, the left fielder. 40. Evans. Here's Evans. His batting average.
This is SCN Radio, 790 and 1420 in the Canal Zone.
Nobody on for the Red Sox, last half of the second. The pitch, ball is high, ball 1. Red Sox have Griffin on deck now. Tigers have Brown in left, Northrop in center, Kaline in right. Here's a strike call. Correction, make that Stanley. Gave you Stanley at the start of the inning. Stanley is in center field in place of Northrop. The ball 1, strike 1 count on Evans. Now he's winding up. Here's the pitch. A swing, and he hits. Strike, and grabs the ball for the out. He was over in front of the Tiger bullpen in right field, about 3 feet in front of the warning track for Evans' long opposite field fly ball. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. The score at the end of 2 innings is Detroit 3, Boston nothing.
Griffin hitting .260 on the year. 2 home runs, 33 runs batted in. And he drills this one deep toward left center field. Stanley's back, he's got it right at the edge of the warning path. Mickey Stanley moving back there as the ball started out well and kind of hung up there. So Griffin is out. 1 down. Bill Lee will come up. Bats from the left side. Lolich throws. Strike one, swinging. Lee doesn't get up that much, so he does the best he can at the plate. They have listed no average for him. Here it is. Strike called, outside corner. He was bluffing a bunt that time. And Mickey Lolich throws and curves him. It's fouled off. 0-2. Lolich, who makes the world better for all of us fat men, is some kind of pitcher. He has the arsenal, he has the attitude, the competitiveness, and everything going for him. And he's one of the better ones. Throws, and it's lined to right field. It's going to be past K-line, rolling all the way to the bullpen wall. Bill Lee is around second base. He's headed for third, and he'll be held up there with a triple. Holy throw. Well, that may take care of Lee for the day, but he had a triple out of it. He hit a sinking line drive to right that ordinarily would be a single, but Al Kaline, who doesn't usually make any mistakes at all in right field, tried to shoestring it. He dived on the grass, and the ball went past him. It went almost all the way to the 380 mark, and Lee went flying around the bases. So now we'll see if Lee Stang's running program has worked on Bill Lee, because he is winded at third. And now he can hope for a big inning so that he can get in on the bench and get his wind back. He had to run as far as he's run all year in competition. Runner at third base. A triple for Bill Lee, the pitcher. Getting past K-line. Here's the pitch to Harper. Strike called on the outside corner. Lee, among his other feats this year, has a home run, which he hit in Cleveland. At that time, it tied the game, a game that he eventually lost by a run, but he hit a home run to left center there. So he's piling up the total bases. Here's the pitch. Low to Harper. 1 ball, 1 strike. Red Sox trying to get on the scoreboard. They trail 3-0 in this game. Lee moved pretty well around those bases. Ran well. The pitch to Harper. Ground ball foul off to the left, and the count on Tommy is 1-2 now. This is the run that the Red Sox have to get home. There's 1 out and the runner at third. This is the run that any team has to get home usually. Some teams fine people for not getting them home with this situation. None or 1 out and the runner at third. The count on Harper now is 1-2. A fly ball would get Lee in this situation. A deep fly ball, anyway. Lolich looks for the sign. Now the set. And the pitch. Low, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now Mickey ready. Looks to third and throws. Outside, ball 3, 3-2. So the full count on Harper. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Tommy moves back into the batting box. Bill Lee leads down the line at third. Lolich working from the stretch with a runner at third base. Here it comes. Fouled off. 3-2. Now 3-2 to Harper. Red Sox trailing 3-0. They're batting in the third inning. Lee at third base, 1 out. Harper swinging the bat back and forth. Lolich looks down. Now he throws, and it's ball 4. Just a little bit low. Harper walks. Runners at first and third. 1 out, and Louis Aparicio up. Aparicio singled to left field in the first inning. Now the second baseman, Dick McAuliffe, comes over to talk to Mickey Lolich. Lee running at third, and Tommy Harper at first. Red Sox trailing 3-0. Louis stands in. With his single in the first inning, Aparicio is 3 for 5 against Lolich this year. Mickey looks toward first. He throws. Fly ball to center field. Back for it goes Stanley, deep enough. This should get the run home. Lee tags. He scores, and it's 3-1 Detroit. Sacrifice fly by Aparicio, driving in Lee with the first Red Sox run. Harper stays at first base. 2 away. Louis got the job done. Gets the run home. Red Sox now trail 3-1. Yastrzemski has had a home run against Lolich this year. That was in Detroit on the 31st of July, game the Red Sox lost. And he hit it to left center field in Tiger Stadium. Lolich looks down for the sign. Throws, and there's a ground ball to second base. Taken by McAuliffe, waits and throws, and Yaz is out to end the inning. First time up, he popped to McAuliffe. This time he grounds to him. The Red Sox get a run in the third. They had 1 hit, a triple by Bill Lee, and they left 1 man on base. And the score after 3 innings is now Detroit 3, the Red Sox 1.
Los Angeles Laker holdout Happy Harrison practiced with the team for the first time Saturday, while negotiations continue. He was attempting to renegotiate for more money and an extension of his contract length. Still not showing off for practice since it began last Wednesday is center Wilt Chamberlain, who was also trying to renegotiate his contract for more money. The Lakers said both were violating their contracts and were being fined for each day's practice missed. The Lakers open their preseason play next Wednesday against the Golden State Warriors in Santa Barbara, California. Chamberlain is trying to renegotiate his contract for more money because he claims that when his contract was negotiated for the first time in this current series of contract renegotiations for Chamberlain, the problem he states was that it was made when the federal pay raise was in effect and the price freeze, and he figures that he should have gotten more at that time.
Then it'll be Eddie Brinkman and Mickey Lolich. Well, we'll see how Lee goes after running a triple out, staying on third for a while, then scoring. He had to hustle on the bases in this last half inning. Tigers ahead 3-1. Rodriguez walked in the first inning. Lee checks the sign from Fisk and throws. Fastball fouled off, out of play, first base side. Our thanks to all who took part in the Swim for Jim at the Paint Rock Pool in Lexington. Claire Brianna, the pool director, and they collected money for the Jimmy Fund there. Peabody Police Department, John F. Cheer. is a strike call to Rodriguez on the inside corner, and the count is 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch. Fouled off. 0-2. Eddie Brinkman on deck. Tigers have 3 runs and 4 hits. Red Sox 1 run and 2 hits. Lee pitching. There's a base hit ripped right up the middle. Back at the box, right past the kneecap of Bill Lee. So the Tigers have 5 hits now. That's the second off Lee. And Eddie Brinkman is up. Brinkman wrapped into a 5-4-3 double play to end the first inning, finally. Petrocelli started that one. Lee bends over. Now he gets back to get the rosin. Left-hander looks in, and he throws. It's bunted towards third, charged by Petrocelli, throws too late to first base. Nice bunt by Brinkman. I don't believe they were expecting Brinkman to bunt with a pitcher coming up next, but he did. Rico was not playing close. He made a play on it, but it didn't help because he was back medium deep, thinking maybe Brinkman, the number 8 hitter, would try to get the base hit with Mickey Lolich on. Now they have runners at first and second, the pitcher up, and they're going to get a bunt from Lolich, sure as shooting. So, Mickey... And now Yastrzemski's in on the grass at first base. Petrocelli is anchoring even with a bag at third. Lolich grounded out 4-3 his first time up. They're all looking for the bunt. Here it comes, and it's bunted at, missed, throw to second base. Out! They got him off as Carlton Fisk fired to Aparicio, and they picked off Rodriguez. Oh, did they undress him at second base? Rodriguez was about 25 feet off the bag. The pitch was a strike as Lolich tried to bunt. And Fisk saw so much daylight between the bag and Rodriguez that he fired down to Aparicio, who'd come over to cover. And they nailed him. The throw was low, taken on the ground, a pickup by Aparicio, and he just slapped the tag on Rodriguez, who was the most surprised guy in the ballpark. So now there's 1 out and a runner at first base. That was a big play. The pitch to Lolich, he squares, and he takes it outside, ball 1. Yaz was charging, so was Rico. Now with the runner off second base, Rico can charge on this play instead of anchoring around third base. When runners are at first and second, a lot of third basemen will do that. It's raining in Cleveland now in the bottom of the 7th with Cleveland due up, but the Yankees are leading the Indians 5-2. Bernie Allen, Roy White, and Ron Bloomberg have homered for New York. The pitch is outside and low. Ball 2 to Lolich, who is again squaring around to bunt. Baltimore nothing, Milwaukee nothing after 4 1/2. Good pitching duel there at County Stadium with Dave McNally on the mound for the Orioles and Jim Lonborg going for Milwaukee. The Twins lead California 1-0 after 4 1/2 at Minnesota. Clyde Wright against Dick Woodson. Texas at Chicago tonight. Kansas City at Oakland tonight. Lee pitching to Lolich, and it's a throw down to second base with a foul ball. Waved foul as he tried to punt and ticked it. And Bill Lee comes in to argue on the call by the plate umpire, Dave Phillips. Phillips ruled that Lolich had ticked the ball foul. It was picked up by Carlton Fisk and fired to second base as they had the runner Brinkman on the move, and they would have had him cold turkey had it not been fouled. but it was waved foul immediately by Phillips. And now Aparicio comes out to calm Lee down. Bill thought he should have had the strike and the put out at second base on that. So Fisk is throwing all over the infield now. He's picked off one runner, and he almost had another had that not been fouled off. 2-2, the count to Lolich. In the National League, the Montreal Expos lead Pittsburgh 3-0 after 3.5 at Pittsburgh. Ron Faley hit a 2-run homer for Montreal. McAnally against Riles. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 call. There was a through ball thrown by Bill Lee, and Lolich was caught looking. That hit the outside corner. Lee gets his first strikeout. So now there are 2 down and a runner at first. Dick McAuliffe up. McAuliffe has had 2 hits. He is doubled to left. That was the fly ball that Evans lost in the sun to open the ball game. McAuliffe scored later. And Dick singled to right field in the second, and he tried to stretch it to a double, but was thrown out by Reggie Smith. So the Tigers have run into 3 outs on the bases. There, the first pitch is low for a ball. There was that play when McAuliffe was thrown out trying to stretch to a double. The play in the first inning, Norm Cash was thrown out. Reggie Smith has 2 assists in this ball game from right field. And in this inning, Carlton Fisk has picked off Rodriguez at second base. The Mets lead the Phils 2-0 after 3.5 at New York. Nash against Matlack. Cubs in St. Louis 0-0 after 4 innings. Bert Hooton against Bob Gibson. San Francisco later on at Los Angeles this afternoon. Tonight, San Diego at Atlanta. Cincinnati at Houston. Pitch is a strike call on the outside corner to a left-handed batter. 1 ball, 1 strike to Dick McAuliffe. 1-1 count, 2 outs. Runner at first is Eddie Brinkman. Here's Lee's pitch. Ball outside. 2-1. Throw to first base. Fisk was just nonchalantly picking up the ball, but he thought, well, I'll flip it down to first and keep Brinkman on it. Eddie got back. He wasn't far off the bag. 2-1 the count to McAuliffe. Time call. Dick backs out. McAuliffe is a very aggressive ball player. You may have noticed that in his remarks in the dugout show. And he can't countenance anybody that doesn't give it all. 100 or 115%. He does. So a lot of the younger players don't seem to have the desire or pride that the older ones did. Here comes the foul back. Right below us. It had the right velocity for Dave to make the stop on. It was soft enough. He didn't get out over the parapet in time. 2 balls, 2 strikes. To McAuliffe, 2 outs. And a move to first by Lee, who has a good one. Not in time, 2-2. He's picked off a few people this year. He throws head fakes and shoulder fakes and everything at you. If the leg goes toward the first base line, there it goes. And he tries again for Brinkman. Count is 2-2 to the batter McAuliffe. The Massachusetts chapters of the JCs will be having their international softball playoffs at Lynn, Massachusetts all day tomorrow, Sunday the 24th. Entire proceeds will be given to the Jimmy Fund. Strike 3 call. Dick McAuliffe called out on a beautiful curveball thrown in there by Bill Lee. So the inning starts. And a couple of strikeouts by Lee himself. He gets out of trouble. No runs, 2 hits, and 1 left. And after 3 1/2 innings, the score is the Red Sox 1 and the Tigers 3.
All 3 of the top 10 major college football teams are in action Saturday, except 5th-ranked Ohio State. Top-ranked Southern California invades the Midwest for a battle with Illinois. The premier game on the card is Saturday night in Los Angeles between a Pac-8 and a Big Ten Conference team. UCLA takes on Michigan. And in a couple of major games Friday night, Tampa 42, Eastern Michigan nothing, and Long Beach State 25, Grambling 19. Here's how the top 10 looks according to the United Press International poll. Southern California is first. Oklahoma is second. Third is Colorado. Fourth is Tennessee. Ohio State is fifth. Alabama is sixth. UCLA is seventh. Nebraska eighth. Louisiana State ninth. And Arizona State is 10th. Quite a move for the UCLA Bruins, who were nowhere in the top 20 in the preseason poll, and then were about 11th out of nowhere after knocking off the then top-ranked Nebraska Cornhuskers and, of course, the defending national champions. And then that victory last week has moved them up still more to number 7.
Reggie Smith starts it off for the Red Sox in the 4th inning. Smitty grounded out his first time up. Mickey Lolich is on the mound for the Tigers. Red Sox are trailing 3-1. Lolich winds and fires. Smith takes a curve for a strike. Milwaukee Brewers are leading Baltimore now 1-0 after 5 innings. Lonborg against McNally. Lolich delivers. Swung on and fouled off. 0-2 to Smith. Rico Petrocelli on deck. Reggie from the right side opens his stance a little bit. The left side, he's closed up more. Pitch to him. Ball outside. We'll have a station break. This is Red Sox baseball.
This is SCN Radio, the voice of information in the Canal Zone, at 790 and 1420.
Lolich ready to pitch to Reggie Smith. Here it comes, and it's swung on and missed. Strike 3. Got him on a fastball. Smith is out on strikes, and that's the first strikeout for Lolich. 1 down, nobody on. Petrocelli up. Rico popped to second base in the 2nd inning. Court Ray, maybe. Here it is, and Rico takes it inside, ball 1. Lincoln Park Caterers of North Dartmouth and the British American Club of Fitchburg all got together and set in contributions to the Jimmy Fund. Petrocelli asks time and kicks around home plate a little bit, squaring away the sod beneath his feet. Wind up by Lolich and throws. Strike called. Nips the inside corner with a good fastball. 1-1. Our thanks to the West Roxbury Rams Football Club. Victor Jabour, treasurer, Mrs. Carl Chrisman of Quincy, Burlington, and Dedham All-Stars, and the patients at the Burke Nursing Home in Fitchburg, contributing to the Jimmy Fund. Lolich pitching to Petrocelli, curve inside, and the count is 2 balls, 1 strike. The score here, if you just joined us, is the Tigers 3, the Red Sox 1. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning, 1 out. Tigers got 3 runs in the first off starter Sonny Siebert. Lolich throws. Rico pops it up. Foul over toward the stands. Chased by Sims. No chance. It's into the crowd. 2-2. Other Jimmy Fund contributions and work done by the Launder children and their friends in Palmer, Massachusetts. They had a carnival, and the proceeds went for the Jimmy Fund. The Williamstown Police and Bernardi's Restaurant had 2 fine softball games, and the admission prices went to the Jimmy Fund. Thanks to the Lazowski family of Lawrence, Mass, and the New England Association of Baseball Umpires. Lolich has the count 2-2 with Petrocelli. Winds and throws. High, ball 3, 3-2. Lolich has walked 1 and has struck out one, given up just 2 hits. 3-2 to Rico. Here it comes. Ball 4, it's high. Petroselli walks with 1 man out. Walking to the plate is Carlton Fisk. Grounded to third his first time up. But the time called. Sims talking to Lolich now. Some more Jimmy Fund contributions made by Playroom 1 softball team of Arlington, Mass. Al Mormon, the manager. Paul F. Penny of Chestnut Hill. Mr. and Mrs. Charles Y. Lewin of Marion, Mass. Charles Downs, Longmeadow, Massachusetts. And Joe Perry, Hartwell Nursing Home, 78 years old and listening to the game. And thanks to all for Jimmy Fund contributions. Carlton Fisk, grounded third in the second inning. He's up for the second time in the game. Petroselli at first base, 1 out. Lolich looks, throws. Curveball wrapped foul on the ground past third. 1 strike to Fisk. To Carlton. Dwight Evans on deck. Mickey Lolich looks to first base and comes in, and it's strike called at the knees on the outside corner. Taken by Fisk. Good pitch by Lolich. 0-2. Ready with a sign. Pauses. Pitches. Strike 3 called. That pitch appeared to Fisk to be a little low. It had a tail on it and moved over the outside corner of the plate knee-high, and Fisk was caught looking. 3 pitches, 3 strikes to him. He's out of there. Dwight Evans coming up. It's a funny play on words. Dwight Fisk. Fisk had just struck out. Dwight Evans coming up. Dwight Fisk used to play piano and sing rather lecherous words to some of his songs a long time ago. He was one of the first of the sophisticated pianists in New York a long time ago. Made some records. The curveball is inside to Dwight Evans. Evans flied deep to right field in the second inning. Bit of Saturday information that maybe you can use. 1-0 pitch. Strike called. 1 ball, 1 strike. Evans hit the ball well in that second inning. He sent Kaline back on the warning path in front of the visitors' bullpen. Stands right in there at the plate, has that flat swing, holds the bat flatly. Here it is. Checks his swing. It's a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Tigers 3, Red Sox 1, 4th inning. Red Sox like pulling teeth to get anything off Lolich so far. They did scramble a run in the third after a triple by Bill Lee. Ball inside. 3-1 now to Evans. Doug Griffin on deck. 2 out. With the lower part of the order approaching and up, why John Curtis starts to throw in the bullpen for the Red Sox in case it gets down as far as the pitcher, and they need a pinch hitter. 3-1 pitch. Pop, foul, out of play. 3-2. Evans figured that was his pitch, and he tried to get it, but just missed it. 3 balls, 2 strikes. the ball now. Down at his shoes. And in for the sign, finally. Now the delivery. Ground ball hit slowly to third, picked up by Rodriguez, throws to first in time. It was a check swing, slow grounder to third base. The inning is over, and all they can get out of it is a walk-off Lolich. No runs, no hits, and one left. And after 4 innings of play, score is still the Tigers 3 and the Red Sox 1.
Updating the college football scoreboard at the end of the first half. Nebraska 35, Army nothing. Penn State 14, Navy 10 at the end of the third quarter, but we have an update on that score. With about a minute to play, Penn State leads it by the score of 21-10. Apparently, when we're monitoring the Navy Football Network, apparently, last we heard, Navy had the ball and was driving, but then Penn State intercepted a Navy pass and turned it for a touchdown. So it's 21-10, Penn State over Navy with just moments remaining in that game. Rutgers leads Lehigh 21-7 at the end of the first half. It's Stanford 3, Duke nothing at the end of the first half. Maryland 14, VMI 3 after 3 quarters. At the half, Rhode Island 7, Northeastern nothing. Connecticut and Vermont no score at the end of the first period. North Carolina 19, North Carolina State 10 after the first half. Tennessee leads Wake Forest at the half, 31-0. It's Tulane 17, Georgia 7, and that's at the end of the first quarter.
Got the 5th inning coming up at Fenway. The Tigers leading the Red Sox 3-1. Al Kaline leading off against Bill Lee, who's done a good job of coming in long relief in the first inning. He has pitched scoreless baseball, given up a couple of hits, struck out 2, walked 1, and had a triple, and scored the only run of the game for the Red Sox. Pitching now to Kaline. Outside, ball 1. Kaline reached on Harper's error in the first inning when Tommy Lofton lost an easy fly ball in the sun. And he fouled out to Yastrzemski. 0 for 2. The pitches are called strikes. One ball, 1 strike. Pitch. Drive deep to left field is curving, and it's going to be foul on the roof. Ball was pulled a little bit too much by Kaline for his likes. 1 ball, 2 strikes to it. Tigers have a 2-run lead here. For a while, when it started out, it looks as if that first inning could have been a complete disaster. As it was 3 runs and bad enough for the Red Sox, but they got the double play when they needed it. Here's Lee's pitch. Inside, jumping him back. 2-2 to Kaline. Red Sox lead by a game and some percentage points over the Tigers. Tigers lead in this game, though, 3-1. 2-2 delivery. Foul up in the air. May have room for Fisk. He's under it, and he's got it. Kaline fouls out to Charleston Fisk. 1 away. Mickey Stanley at the plate. Stanley's been up once in the game, grounded to third. He replaced Gates Brown in the lineup. Actually, he went to center field and moved Northrup to left. Brown went out of the game when Bill Lee came on to pitch. Stanley, a right-handed batter, 0 for 1. Here it is, and it's lined to left field, base hit. 1 hopper to Evans. So Stanley's on with a single with 1 out in the 5th. 3rd hit off Lee and the 7th hit for the Tigers. 4 hits off Lee and 3 off Siebert. Siebert, the starting pitcher, did not last the first inning, hobbling on a bad ankle and bedeviled by the sun in 2 cases and his own control in others. And he left trailing 3-0. Cash up. Norm has walked and grounded out. Lee throws to the plate. There's a high drive to right field. It's curving foul, and it's a foul home run way back into the stands. He drilled that one. 0-1 to Cash. Lee will scratch that pitch from his repertoire to Norm the next time. He turned on it and got all of it. Here's the throw to first base. Almost a wild one. Yaz had to backhand it. Going off the bag. The runner there is Mickey Stanley. With Cash up there, the infield is overshifted. Doug Griffin is playing halfway between first and second, right on the edge of the outfield grass. There's a curve outside. Ball 1. Louis Aparicio is well over towards second base. He's not quite behind it, but he's shading it by a lot. There's a gap between Louis and Petrocelli, who's 2 steps off to his left. And the outfield is swung around slightly to right. Tommy Harper about 3 steps over toward right center. The pitch by Lee. Swinging strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and two with 1 away, and a runner on first. Tigers leading by 2 runs, 3-1. Lee gets set. Here's his pitch. Ground ball, foul, first base side. Taken by Yaz about 2 feet foul at the bag. 1 and 2. You know, it's really been a nice thing for us in the booth to see how the fans have responded to our appeals for the Jimmy Fund this year. We'd like to ask the theaters, banks, police, and local chairmen to send your returns in to the Jimmy Fund headquarters, Hotel Statler Hilton, Boston, Massachusetts, 02117. Jimmy Fund headquarters, Hotel Statler Hilton, Boston, 02117. Pitch, ground ball, gets past Jastrzemski, deflected into shallow right field. Over to third goes Stanley, and the Tigers have runners at first and third. That ball was almost handled by Jastrzemski, who made a play for it. He slowed it down just enough to deflect it and get it into shallow right field so that Reggie had a long run for it. Griffin had to go back, and that easily allowed Stanley to go from first to third. So it's a hit for Cash into right field. And runners are at first and third with only 1 out. Duke Sims is up. Lee is in trouble with Sims up there. Sims has had a single driving in a run in the first inning, and he walked in the third. Lee has now given up 5 hits, 8 all told for the Tigers. They threaten again here in the 5th inning. Jastrzemski holding against Cash at first base. Infield otherwise a double play depth. Pitch to Sims, inside, ball 1. Sims singled off Siebert, and he walked against Lee. One ball, no strikes. Tigers 3, Red Sox 1, Tigers threatening. Now Lee ready, drops to the belt, kicks and throws. Curveball low and outside, ball 2. 2-0. Don Newhouser throwing in the bullpen now for the Red Sox, right-hander. Lee reads the sign again. He has the count 2-0. Throws and is hit on the ground into right field. Base hit for Sims. A run scores. Here goes the runner to third. Here comes Smith's throw. He is going to be out. Third assist for Reggie Smith this afternoon. Norm Cash is throwing
second time, this time at third base, and a run is cut down at third. But a run does score, and the Tigers lead 4-1. Duke Sims gets his second hit, and a run batted in. A shot past Yastrzemski, who's been falling all over the place and diving for hard shots at him this afternoon. They've been just getting past him. He's had no chance at them because they've been hit hard. That scored Stanley from third easily, but then Cash, trying to go from first to third, was thrown out on a good throw by Reggie Smith, and that arm seems to have come about back full circle now for Smith. He's had 3 assists this afternoon. He's had an assist to second, to third, and to home. Quite a performance. Here's the pitch to Northrup. Ball inside. Runner at first base, 2 down, but a run does score as Lee has given up 3 straight hits this inning. Duke Sims knocks in his second run of the afternoon. He's been tough in this series. Had a home run last night. He's 2 for 2 plus a walk today. 2 runs batted in today and last night. There's a curve for a strike to Northrup. Jim Northrup has singled and lined to center. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI. That was the first run off Lee, but it extends the Tigers' lead back to a 3-run margin, 4-1. Lee pitches. Fastball hit on the 5th to second. Picked up by Griffin. Throws to first for the final out. A run scores for the Tigers in the 5th inning. They had 3 hits and 1 man left on base. The score after 4.5 is the Tigers 4, the Red Sox 1.
In Major League Baseball, let's take a look. In the National League, Chicago and St. Louis, no score after an inning of play. Houghton versus Gibson. Montreal is leading Pittsburgh 3-0 after 3 innings of play at Pittsburgh. McAnally versus Broyles. The Mets lead Philadelphia 2-0 after 3 at Shea Stadium. Nash versus Matlack. Later on, San Francisco is playing at Los Angeles. And in that game for San Francisco, Ron Bryant versus Al Downing. San Diego is at Atlanta. Steve Arlen 8-20 to pitch for San Diego. Jimmy Freeman 2-0, the scheduled pitcher for Atlanta. And to round out the National League schedule for Saturday, Cincinnati is at Houston. Wayne Simpson or perhaps Jack Billingham for Cincinnati. Don Wilson is the scheduled pitcher for Cincinnati. In the American League, New York is leading Cleveland by the score of 6-2 after 6 innings of play. Peterson is pitching for New York. Dunning, Riddleberger, and Hilgendorf for Cleveland. Allen hit a home run for New York, his 9th of the year, with 1 on in the 4th. White hit his 8th for the Yankees, with none on in the 5th, and Bloomberg hit 1 for New York. That was his 13th of the year, and that came in the 5th inning with 1 on. Let me see, is that right? Right it is. So Bloomberg hitting that home run for New York, his 13th in the 5th inning with 1 on.
Detroit leading 4-1. Mickey Lolich on the mound throws a ball. 1-0 to Griffin, who flied to center field his first time up. Lolich has given up only 2 hits, and one of them was a triple by pitcher Bill Lee, a line drive that got past Kaline, who tried to shoestring it. Turned into a run. Called strike for Griffin, 1-1. Montreal leads the Pirates 3-0 after 5.5 at Pittsburgh. The Mets lead Philadelphia 3-0 after 6 at New York. Obviously, Steve Carlson is not going to Philadelphia. Chicago and St. Louis are scoreless after 6. Griffin hits a fly ball to right center. Kaline over there, and he puts it away. 1 out. Pinch hitter for Bill Lee, Bill Gagliano. Gagliano will bat for Lee in the 5th inning for the Red Sox. So that means that Don Newhouser will come on to pitch for Boston. Gagliano stands in there, right-handed hitter. And here's the pitch. Curveball inside, ball one. Gag is hitting .263 with no homers, 10 runs batted in. 4 doubles and a triple this year. Lolich throws, and it's fouled to the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike. In case you're wondering about Reggie Smith's 3 assists being near a record, the record in both leagues is 4. 4 assists in one game by an outfielder, held by several players. Gagliano takes a fastball for a strike, 1-2. That was done a long time ago. Wally Berger of the Braves did it in 1931, August 27th. Here's the 1-2 pitch, inside, ball 2 to Gag. Some of the other players, oh boy, some old ones. Fred Clark of the old Pittsburgh Pirates in 1910. He had a very good arm anyway. Not that I saw him, but I read that he had a good arm. He was noted for a strong arm.
You told me you saw it.
Ground ball toward the middle. It is taken by Brinkman. Straightens up and throws him out. Nice play. Eddie Brinkman ranging far to his left. Takes up a skidding ground ball. Some other shortstops would not have gotten to that one, but Brinkman's a good one, and he throws Gagliano out. 2 down in the Red Sox 5th inning. Tommy Harper is up. He has flied to center and walked. Among those other outfielders who've had 4 assists in one game, Leo McGee of the New York Yankees in 1916, Oscar Felsch of the White Sox, and he was on that 1919 Black Sox club. There's a swinging foul tip, strike 1 to Harper. Bob Musial of the Yankees had 4 in a game of a doubleheader on September 5th, 1921. It hasn't been done for a while. 4. Reggie Smith has 3 assists in this game. 1 strike to Harper, 2 outs in the Red Sox 5th inning. Mickey Lolich making it look easy so far. Throws, and there's a ground ball toward the middle again, but there's Brinkman again. Throws him out by plenty. This ball was not as sharply hit. Eddie Brinkman making it look easy at shortstop. The Red Sox go in order in the 5th inning, and after 5 complete, the score is Detroit 4 and Boston 1.
On the scoreboard in college football again, Illinois and Southern California, we still have a 7-7 tie at the end of the first quarter. Georgia Tech 7, Michigan State nothing at the end of the first quarter. Colorado 24, Minnesota nothing at the half. Notre Dame 30, Northwestern nothing at the half. It's Wisconsin 14, Syracuse nothing first quarter. And now we have an update on that score at the half. It's Wisconsin 17, Syracuse nothing. In a surprise, Purdue 21, Washington nothing. That is a halftime score. And that's about it as far as the scores in the Midwest. Some other scores from the South. North Carolina 24, North Carolina State 19. That's a third quarter score. Tennessee 31, Wake Forest nothing at the half. Tulane 17, Georgia 7 at the half. Virginia 21, West Virginia 10. That is a halftime score. In the third quarter, Richmond 17, Northeast Louisiana nothing.
Okay, we're set for the 6th inning at Fenway Park, and the Red Sox have Don Newhouser on the mound now, right-hander, relieving Bill Lee, who did a pretty good job on the mound while in long relief coming on in the first inning. This is the 6th, and the Tigers are leading in the game 4-1. They got 3 in the first inning and 1 more in the 5th. And they have been in command of this game right from the start. Newhouser, young right-hander, who in his rookie year has done a good job out of the bullpen by and large, is making his 30th appearance for the Red Sox this year. He's won 4, he's lost 2, he's saved 4 games, 2.60 earned run average. In 34 and 2/3 innings, has given up 29 hits, struck out 26, and walked 24. Bill Lee, in his turn on the mound, pitched 4 and 2/3 innings, gave up 6 hits and 1 run, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. Newhouser ready to pitch to Aurelio Rodriguez as we go to the 6th inning, and Dave Martin.
Thank you, Ned. Newhouser, a right-hander. Getting ready now. Rodriguez has a walk and a hit. And the pitch to him, a swing, and he pops it up. Straight up into the air, foul territory. Fisk coming over. Out of the ball near the Detroit on-deck circle, and he caught it for the out. Now we'll pause for station identification. This is Red Sox baseball.
This is the American Forces Radio and Television Service.
Here's Eddie Brinkman now, the shortstop. He's grounded into a double play, and he has a bunt safe base hit. He's 1 for 2. That was Brinkman's first hit of the series. He shortens up to bunt and takes the pitch, a strike call to the outside corner. Last time up, he laid down a good bunt down the third base line and beat it out for a hit. He's 1 for 9 now in this series. Delivery, a swing. Here's a long wallop down the left field line. It's a foul ball up on the roof to the left. Count is strike 2. Long foul ball. That's much like the one Cash hit off Lee, foul down the right field line. Count is strike 2. One out and nobody on. It's a 4-1 ball game. Detroit on top. Here's the windup by Newhouser. The pitch. Sidearm swing and a bouncer foul off to the left. Van reached over and stabbed it. Count is 2 strikes now on Brinkman. Newhouser sidearmed him with that pitch. Now he's all set. Here's the delivery, a swing and a foul over the roof, out of play, and the count is still 2 strikes. Tigers have been getting their hits in this series. They made 14 hits Thursday night, 10 hits last night, and so far 9 hits today. 33 hits in less than 3 games. Here's the pitch. Swing and a little pop fly into short center field. Back is Griffin. He grabs the ball for the out. Almost collided with Aparicio, but he caught it. Dug backhanded the ball with his glove hand about 1 step on the grass directly behind second base. So Brinkman is out and a pop fly to Griffin. It brings up the pitcher, Mickey Lolich. 2 out and nobody on. The top of the 6th inning at Fenway Park. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Lolich, a right-hand hitter. Batting right against Don Newhouser. He's been hitting right against everybody. Here's the ball inside, and the count is 1-1. He's been up twice, grounded to the second baseman, and called out on strikes. Dick McAuliffe on deck should Lolich get on. 4-1, the Tigers lead. Here's the pitch, a swing and a foul off to the right, into a box seat to the left of the Red Sox dugout. Somebody stamped it down there, and it's a good thing they did. Count is ball 1, strike 2. Tigers have out-hit the Red Sox today, 9-2. The pitch, swing a foul ball over the roof. Count is still 1-2. Last night, the Tigers out-hit the Red Sox 10-5. Tigers have not been a good hitting team this year percentage-wise. Ball outside, a curveball, and the count is 2-2. Ball 2, strike 2 count. In the first game of this series, the Tigers made 14 hits and the Red Sox only 7. Delivery, here's a swing, another foul ball back of the plate, and it's a ball 2, strike 2 count on Lolich. With a total of 33 hits in this series, and the Red Sox have made only 14 hits in this series. A wide differential. Here's the ball outside. Now it's ball 3, strike 2 on Lolich. Three and two out and nobody on. Newhouser winding up. Here it is. Swing, another foul. He's fouled off 5 or 6 now, with 2 strikes on him. Tigers have won 7 of their last 10 games. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Pop fly into right field. Reggie Smith shading his eyes. He's got it for the out. Lolich flied out to Smith and right. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. At the middle of the 6th inning. Score is Detroit 4 and the Red Sox 1.
More college football scores at the end of the first half. Baylor 10, Missouri nothing. William and Mary 17, Villanova 7. That is also a halftime score. Fordham 22, St. Peter's 7. Apparently that is the final score, as is the C.W. Post Wagner game, which C.W. Post won by the score of 17-0. More final scores: Massachusetts 37, Maine nothing. Mansfield State 21, Bridgewater State 9, New Hampshire 16, Boston University 14. And it was Penn State 21, Navy 10, as Navy was making a real shot out of it. It was a 3-0 score at the end of the first half. Penn State scored 14 points in the third quarter. Navy scored 10, and that's how it stood going into the fourth quarter, 14-10 Penn State. Navy had a drive going with about 2 minutes to go in the ball game, but Penn State intercepted a pass and returned it for a touchdown and won it by the score of 21-10.
That Baltimore-Milwaukee game is now in the 9th inning. It's Milwaukee 2, Baltimore 1. The Orioles batting. Their last chance, top of the 9th inning. Here's Aparicio. We go to the Red Sox half of the 6th inning. And a wind up by Lolich in the pitch. Swinging, he hits a high fly ball into left field. Shading his eyes is Northrup. Looking up, he caught it. Very high fly ball. And Aparicio is retired for the first out. That brings up Carl Yastrzemski, left-hand hitter. He's been up twice without a hit. Has now gone 2 for 8 in this series. His home run was the winning hit in last night's game. Still a rain delay at Cleveland, with the Yankees leading Cleveland 5-2 in the 7th inning. There's a windup in the pitch to Yastrzemski, a strike call to the outside corner. Minnesota leads California 2-1 after 7 innings. National League, Montreal 3, Pittsburgh nothing after 6.5. Mets lead the Phillies 3-0 after 7 innings. There's a ground ball to McAuliffe at second. He's got it. Goes to first, 2 out. Easy out. As is Hibbert 3 times up against left-hander Lolich. 2 out and nobody on. It brings up Reggie Smith. Cubs and Cardinals are 0-0 in the 8th inning at St. Louis. Bert Hooton opposing Bob Gibson. The other 3 games yet to get underway. Reggie Smith. He's been up twice, grounded to the second baseman, and struck out. Lolich has given up only 2 hits so far. Here's the pitch to Smith, a swing and a miss. Reggie swung very hard at an inside pitch, going for the down. 2 out and nobody on. He was trying to hit it downtown. It's a 4-1 ball game in favor of Detroit. Pitches a ball inside to make it 1-1. Lolich has been in a pitching slump. He notched his 20th win of the year, September 6th in Baltimore, after 4 unsuccessful attempts to win number 20 for the 2nd straight year. And now, today, he's making his 4th attempt to win his 21st game. He lost his last start to Steve Dunning in Cleveland, September 19th. Well, he's had rough going of late. Today he's been tough. He's walked 2, struck out 2, allowed only 2 hits and 1 run through 5 2/3 so far. Right now he's killing a lot of time out there on the mound. 2 strikes on Smith. Now he's ready. Here's the windup of the next pitch. Inside for a ball to make it 1-2. Lolich in road games has won 7 and lost 10. At home, his record is 13-3 at Tiger Stadium. Swing and a miss. And Reggie Smith goes down on strikes for the 2nd time against Lolich. 3 up and 3 down, and now Lolich is retired 8 batters in a row. That's the end of 6 full innings. The score of the game is still Detroit 4, the Red Sox 1. Again, on the college football scoreboard, some more finals are coming in.
Maryland 28, Virginia Military 16. We gave you the Penn State Navy score, 21-10 in favor of Penn State. Some partial scores: Nebraska 35, Army nothing at the end of the first half. Colgate 19, Lafayette 6, third quarter. Halftime, Rutgers 21, Lehigh 7, third quarter. William and Mary 17, Villanova 13. Halftime, Stanford 3, Duke nothing. After 3 quarters of play, North Carolina 24, North Carolina State 19. Tennessee and Wake Forest at the end of the third period. It's Tennessee 38, Wake Forest nothing. Tulane 17, Georgia 7 at the half. Also at the half, Virginia 21, West Virginia 10. Oklahoma 14, Oregon nothing, first quarter. At the half, Baylor 10, Missouri nothing. Also at the half, Iowa State and Utah. It's Utah 16, Iowa State 14, our halftime score.
Now the 7th inning, here's McAuliffe leading off. He's been up 3 times and he has 2 hits, a double and a single. The other time up, he struck out. A swing and a foul. Back to the plate, strike 1 on McAuliffe. He's been tough again in this series. He's now 4 for 10 against the Red Sox in these 3 ball games. Left-hand hitter, doesn't hit for much of an average and is considered to be way over the hill, but he's still a tough little hitter. Here's a swing and a foul behind the plate. The count is strike 2. In fact, the Tigers have a lot of players who are well up there in years, baseball-wise, an old ball club. They haven't made too many changes on this club in the last several years. 0-2 pitch, way outside a ball, 1-2. Newhouser on the mound. Not the only changes they've made, significant. They've been at third and short when they made the Denny McClain deal and got Rodriguez and Brinkman from the old Washington club. Check swing and a grounder, slow grounder to third. And Petrocelli cannot make the play. Came in, tried to barehand the ball, but he fumbled it. Even had he picked it up cleanly, he had no play at first base, and they call it a base hit. McAuliffe was holding up on his swing. Didn't mean to really hit the ball. A check swing, slow ground ball toward third, and it goes as a base hit. So McAuliffe today has had 2 very lucky hits. A pop fly which dropped for a double, and the one he got just now. A check swing, excuse me, didn't mean to hit it, base hit. McAuliffe is going to look very good in the box score tomorrow with 3 for 4, at least. Here's Kaline with a man on first base and nobody out. The pitch, a swing and a miss. Kaline took a big rip. Swung very hard and he missed it. The count is strike 1. Tigers now have a total of 10 hits. That's the first hit off Newhouser. Stretch, and here's the pitch. Swing and a foul tip behind the plate to make it strike 2 on Kaline. Kaline is hitless in 3 official times at bat. He was tough on the Red Sox both last night and Thursday night, going 4 for 6. Now he's 4 for 9. Sidearm pitch, a swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 strikes on him. Newhouser came in from third base for the right-hand hitter Kaline, and pitch looked like it might have been outside, although it could have been on the corner. And with 2 strikes on him, Kaline went for it and missed. Goes down on strikes. That brings up Mickey Stanley. Newhouser's first strikeout, 24. Stanley has been up twice and he has 1 hit. Gives him 4 for 9 in the series. Right-hand hitter, the pitch to Stanley. Shortens up to bunt, takes the pitch, and Fisk throws to first base, throws it away down the right field line. Here's McAuliffe around second on his way to third. The throw by Smith to third, and he is safe at third base. Smith had to run a long ways to retrieve that ball down the right field line and over in foul territory. And now McAuliffe is shaken up. He finally came up with it, made a good, strong throw to third base to Petrocelli, but McAuliffe simply beat the throw. Now manager Billy Martin and Joe Schultz are out to take a look at McAuliffe along with the trainer. Went sliding in and he was shaken up a bit. He's walking around their third base trying to shake it off. That'll be an error on Fisk. He made a major league error that time. He threw it way over Yastrzemski's head. Really threw that ball away down the right field line. Trying to pick McAuliffe off. Tigers have two pitchers loosening up in the bullpen, Joe Niekro and Bob Strampy. Runner on third base with one out. The count is ball one on Stanley. The Red Sox infield drawn in now on the edge of the grass. Pitch to Stanley is swinging a high fly ball deep to left field. Evans getting back on the warning track under the ball. He's got it. The runner tagging up. Here's the throw. He is safe. No play at the plate. The ball came into the infield. It was hit very deep. And Evans caught the ball on the warning track over near the lineup board. He would have needed a cannon to have thrown out McAuliffe. And he had a good, strong throw into the infield, but McAuliffe crossed the plate easily. So it's a sacrifice fly and run batted in for Mickey Stanley. And the score now is 5-1 in favor of Detroit. Batter is Norm Cash. 2 out and nobody on. Pitch is outside, ball one. Cash is 1 for 2 in this game. Pitch, it's a strike call to the outside corner to make it 1-1. 5-1, Tigers lead. In the dirt. Goes all the way to the screen. The count is ball 2, strike 1 on Cash. Cash is also now 4 for 9 in the series. Tigers building that ball around. They came in with a team average of only 232. Here's a ball out of Cash to make it 3-1. Now made 34 hits in this series. The Red Sox only 14 hits. Ball outside, and Cash goes to first for the walk. That's the first walk issued by Newhouser and the 5th walk given up by Red Sox pitchers today. Well, I don't know, it's Duke Sims. He's had a good day. 2 for 3 to go with a 2 for 3 night last night. Gives him 4 for 6 against Boston pitching. Final score, Milwaukee defeated Baltimore 2-1, although they were out hit 10-4. Jim Lonborg got his 13th win. He's lost 11. The loser was Pat Dobson, now 16-17. Milwaukee 2, Baltimore 1. There's the pitch now to Duke Sims, a curve and a strike called. Came in over the heart of the plate, and the count is strike 1. Sims singled in the first inning to drive in a run, and another single. He's 2 for 2 in this game. I said 2 for 3, but he drew a walk the other time up. So Duke's been retired only once in the last 2 games. There's a ball outside to make it 1-1. 4 hits and 5 times up for Sims last night and today. Ball 1, strike 1 is the count on it. Cash at first with 2 outs. There's a ball inside to Sims. Now it's 2-1. Duke's been a good pickup for the Tigers. Los Angeles had him on irrevocable waivers, which means he was on the waiver list for the 3rd time. And when he's on the 3rd time, he cannot be withdrawn. Here's a high fly ball. That's deep into center field. Harper is shading his eyes. He caught it. Harper caught it in deep right center. A couple of feet from the warning track to retire the side. So for the Tigers in the 7th inning, another run. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, and nobody left. 1 walk. Correction, 1 man left. 1 man left. one walk in the inning. At the middle of the 7th inning, Detroit 5, Boston 1.
Long Beach State capitalized on errors in the second half and the pinpoint passing of Randy Drake last night to upset Grambling College 25-19 in the 3rd annual Freedom Classic football game in Los Angeles. Trailing 13-7 at halftime, the 49ers took advantage of Tiger miscues in the 3rd period to score 2 touchdowns and take a lead they never relinquished as both teams scored in the final quarter. Midway through the 3rd period, Grambling center Jim Rowe snapped the ball over the head of kicker Steve Dennis into the end zone. Dennis recovered, but fumbled when hit by linebacker Earl Burrell, and teammate Bruce Jacobson recovered to tie the score at 13-13. 5 minutes later, Grambling fullback Rodney Thruard fumbled, and Burrell recovered on the Tigers' 26. 3 plays later, Long Beach Star tailback Terry Metcalf swept left end to score. Once again, that score last night's game, it was Long Beach State 25 and an upset Grambling College 19 as far as football went last night in Los Angeles.
Red Sox stretch inning. All the fans up on their feet now for the 7th inning stretch. Red Sox need a big rally here. They trail 5-1. Petroselli leads off. He's been up twice, popped out, and the other time up he threw a walk. Lolich so far has walked 2 and struck out 2 and allowed 2 hits through the first 6 innings today. A very rough pitcher out there in the mound. Pitch to Rico is a strike call. A curveball on the outside corner. One thing about Lolich, he can get his breaking stuff over just about any time he wants to. Always has good control. He throws a slider that rides in on right-hand hitters. Jams them. Swinging a ground ball. Rodriguez to his left has it. Throw to first base. He's out. Rodriguez to Cash. 3rd to first. And now 9 batters in a row have been retired by Mickey Lolich. 1 out and nobody on. Here's Carlton Fisk. He grounded to 3rd and then was called out on strikes. 0 for 2. Has a rubber arm. He always, every year, works a lot of innings. He came into this ball game with 297 innings pitched this year. Won 25 games last year. Has 20 now this year. The pitch to Fisk is a ball. It's low and inside. Ball 1. Some concern that he's been overworked this year by Billy Martin, but actually he hasn't worked any more than he normally does. The All-Star break, his record is only 3-7. There's a swing and a foul up in the screen to make it ball 1, strike 1 on Fisk. Down is ball 1, strike 1. Up in the next pitch down to Fisk. Hits the ball inside, a fastball to make it 2-1. Lolich holds the Detroit club record for career strikeouts with 2,098. That's a total greater than that of any active American League pitcher in all but 19 thrillers in baseball history. Here's the windup at the 2-1 now to Fisk. A ground ball foul off to the left. The count now is ball 2, strike 2. Right now, Lolich is 3rd in the major leagues in strikeouts this season, trailing only Nolan Ryan of the Angels and Steve Carlton of the Phillies. Count is ball 2, strike 2 on Fisk. 1 out, nobody on. 7th inning, 5-1, Tigers lead. Lolich ready again. Here's the windup. Here it comes. A swing and a hit to left field for Fisk. Northrup goes over to pick it up. He hit it just out of the reach of Rodriguez to his left. A sharply hit line drive by Fisk. A rope to left. Hit number 3 off Lolich, and the first hit he's allowed since Lee tripled in the 3rd inning. Breaks a string of 9 in a row retired by Lolich. Here's Dwight Evans. Evans is flat out to right, grounded to third. Outfield plays him straight away and deep. Northrup in left, Stanley in center, Kaline in right for the Tigers. There's the pitch. A strike call to the inside corner. Rodriguez, Brinkman, McAuliffe, and Cash making up the Tiger infield. The battery, Lolich and Sims. Freehand, in case you missed it, suffered a hairline fracture of his thumb. And the game here Thursday night is out indefinitely, although he is available to pinch hit. There's a high fly ball. It's going into center field. Stanley is backing up, shading his eyes, looking up. He's got it in deep center field for the second out. Evans flied out, and it brings up the second baseman, Griffin. Doug is over 2. Two fly balls, one to center, one to right. Both were caught. Tomorrow's final game of the series will start at 2 o'clock. Louis Tiant will pitch for the Red Sox. And it'll be Woody Fryman, a left-hander, for the Tigers. Fryman has won 8 and lost 2 for Detroit. Detroit got him from the Phillies in early August. Pitch to Griffin is a ball inside, ball 1. Fryman had very unimpressive figures with Philadelphia. His earned run average was up over 4 when the Tigers got him, but he's pitched great ball for Detroit. Swing, here's a ground ball, a base hit to center field. Evans stopping at second base. Stanley gets it back into the infield. Griffin slapped a hit right back through the box. It's 2 men on with 2 out. And it's the first inning of the ball game in which the Red Sox have made more than 1 hit. Billy Martin, the manager of the Tigers, is walking out to the mound. That'll bring up Andy Costco batting for the pitcher. Costco will bat for Newhouser. Pick number 44, Costco. While we wait for him, let's pause for station identification. This is Red Sox baseball.
Serving you from Fort Clayton and Fort Davis.
Television.
This is SCN Radio at 790 and 1420.
This is Dave Martin with Ned Martin at Fenway Park. Red Sox stirring around there, trying to get something going. They have 2 men on with 2 out in the last half of the 7th inning, and they trail by 4 runs, 5-1. Costco, the pinch hitter now, batting for Newhouser. Andy is a member of the Red Sox. Is hitting .217 with 3 homers and 6 runs batted in. His overall average this year is .234 with 9 homers and 19 runs batted in. Big right-hand hitter. Here's the pitch to him, and it's a swing. Here's a ground ball to Rodriguez. He's got it. Throw to second. Out to retire the side. Rodriguez to McAuliffe. Costco hit the first pitch and grounded into a force play to retire the side. So the totals on the inning, no runs and 2 hits. 2 men are left. And the score at the end of 7 innings. Score of the game is Detroit 5, Boston 1.
Take a look on the AFRTS scoreboard in other baseball. First in the National League, Chicago and St. Louis are playing a scoreless ball game at the end of 6 complete innings. Houghton going against Gibson, and that's the first of 2 out there at St. Louis. Montreal and Pittsburgh, it's now gone 6 complete innings, and Montreal leads Pittsburgh 3-0. New York is shutting out Philadelphia 3-0 at the end of 6 complete innings. San Francisco at Los Angeles later this evening, San Diego at Atlanta, and Cincinnati at Houston also on the night. In the American League, that game between New York and Cleveland was called at the end of 6.5 because of rain. New York wins it 5-2. Baltimore and Milwaukee has gone 6 complete innings. Milwaukee leads Baltimore 1-0. Minnesota 2 and California 1, and that's at the end of 6 complete innings of play. Later on this evening, it's Kansas City at Oakland and Texas at Chicago to round out baseball action today on the AFRTS scoreboard.
today is 30,407. And we have a new pitcher now for the Red Sox, Gary Peters. Don Newhouser, the third pitcher used by Boston, went 2 innings, allowed 1 run and 1 hit. He walked 1 and he struck out 1. Peters, a left-hander, has an overall record of 3 wins, a save, and 3 losses for the Red Sox this year with an earned run average of 4.21. The veteran's been in 32 games in which he's pitched 83 in the third innings, allowed 88 hits, 39 earned runs. He's walked 37. Gary has 66 strikeouts. He'll come on here in the top of the 8th to face Northrop, Rodriguez, and Brinkman. And is the 4th pitcher used by manager Eddie Casco today. The 5-1 ball game. Here's the final in the National League. The Chicago Cubs shut out the St. Louis Cardinals 2-0. 2-6-1 against 0-6-0. Bert Hooton was the winning pitcher, 11-13. Losing pitcher Bob Gibson, 17-11. 8th inning now, and here's Ned Martin.
All right, Dave, here we go with Jim Northrop standing in against Gary Peters. Northrop, Rodriguez, and Brinkman, the 6, 7, 8 hitters in the Tiger lineup. Tigers leading 5-1. Peters throws and misses with a fastball outside, ball 1. Northrop had a single in the first inning, driving in a run. He's 1 for 3. Left-hander against left-hander here. There's a ball outside. 2-0. Sonny Siebert lasted a third of an inning, gave up 3 hits and 3 runs, 2 of them earned. Bill Lee did a good job in long relief. Strike call on the outside slice. Lee went 4 2/3 innings with 6 hits given up and 1 run. 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Don Newhouser gave up an unearned run in his 2 innings. 2 of the Tiger runs are unearned. There's a ball outside. 3-1. Score would have been a lot closer had it not been for the lost fly balls in the first inning. 2 in a row, first 2 batters. Ball 4, Northrop's on to lead off the 8th inning. Peters walks the first man he faces. Now Rodriguez is up. He has walked, singled, and fouled out. Rodriguez, right-handed batter. And Peters checks first and throws. Ground ball strike, swinging, throw to second base. In time by a load, and Northrop is away. He's out about 5 feet. It was a swinging strike. They had a play on it, maybe, or somebody must have assigned, but Northrop took off, and Fisk threw him out by yards. Covering on the play was Doug Griffin. The play goes 2-4, so Fisk has thrown out Jim Northrop. There's 1 away, 1 strike on the batter, Rodriguez. Pitch, swing and a foul tip. And it's 0-2. Carlton Fisk has thrown out 2 runners, 1 on a pickoff. Reggie Smith has thrown out 3. He has 3 assists from right field. Tigers ahead, though, 5-1. Red Sox have managed only 4 hits off Mickey Lolich in a frustrating afternoon. The pitch by Peters, and the curve is down low. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One out.
pitch, and it's fouled. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tomorrow, Louis Tiant will go against Woody Fryman, the final game of this Tiger series. Count is 1-2. Peters throws, and there's a foul out of play. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. One away. Gary winds and fires. Hangs one outside. Ball 2, 2-2. Tigers got 3 runs in the first. They picked up 1 more in the 5th and 1 more in the 7th. Red Sox got their run in the 3rd inning. Took a leadoff triple by Bill Lee to do it. There's a ground ball hit slowly towards third, foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. In that game tomorrow, it'll match 2 of the tough pitchers in the American League now. Louis Tiant, of course, for the Red Sox has been almost perfect in the last couple of months. He's won 13 and lost 5 with a 1.93 earned run average. Now, the reason that the Tigers are where they are right now, contending so hotly, has to be a lot to do with Woody Fryman. Came over from the National League and found a home immediately in Detroit. Fryman is 11-6. 8-2 record with a 1.78 earned run average. There's a long belt to left field hanging up there. It is gone. Home run by Rodriguez, and the Tigers lead 6-1. Aurelio Rodriguez hammering his 11th home run of the year into the left field net. Gary Peters has had trouble right off the bat. He walked it in and was lucky enough to have him cut down stealing. Now has given up a home run to Rodriguez. So the Tigers extend their lead to 5 runs now. They lead 6-1, 8th inning. Brinkman hits the foul ball into the Tiger dugout. Strike 1. Final score in the American League, Minnesota edged California 2-1. Dick Woodson evening his record at 14-14, and Clyde Wright was the loser. He is 16-11. The 1-strike pitch. Brinkman reaches for it and fouls it off. Strike 2. 0-2.
and he throws. And it's bunted in front of the plate, picked up by Fisk. He looks at second, but throws to first in time. The play goes 2-3 on the sacrifice. Brinkman to second base. 2 down now. Dick McAuliffe up. He has doubled, singled, struck out, and singled again, a bunt single, or infielding single. So he's 2 for 3. He has scored 2 runs and has been thrown out trying to stretch a single to a double. So he's had quite an afternoon. Fisk throws. Fisk catches the pitch by Gary Peters, which is a strike. Final in the National League, the Mets beat Philadelphia 5-3. John Matlack getting his 14th win in his rookie year. Nash the loser. Jim Nash, the losing pitcher, 24,000 in New York. Pitch is outside for a ball, 1 ball, 1 strike. The Tigers lead here 6-1. They're out hitting the Red Sox 12-4. They've had their bats ready for this series. They've been hitting the ball all 3 games. Here's the pitch outside for a ball. Mike Nagy throwing in the bullpen for the Red Sox. Balls, 1 strike. Peters throws, and it's swung on. Strike 2. 2-2. Tigers got 10 hits last night, and they got 14 hits the night before. 24 and 12, 36 hits in 3 games. Hardly been holding them down. 2-2 pitch, and it's strike 3. McAuliffe tried to check the swing, but could not. He strikes out. So it's 1 run for the Tigers on the homer by Rodriguez. They had 2 hits. And they leave 1 man on base. And at the end of 7 1/2, the score is Detroit 6 and the Red Sox 1.
Taking a look at football now on the FRTS scoreboard. Some games complete, some and most are in the 3rd quarter. Nebraska has scored 42 points in the 3rd quarter, and they now lead Army by a score of 63-0. Holy Cross defeated Brown this afternoon 30-24. Colgate 19, Lafayette 6 in the 3rd quarter. Penn State came back to defeat Navy 21-10. Was Rutgers 41 and Lehigh 13. Villanova 13, William & Mary 17. That's a 3rd quarter score, as is Auburn 14 and Tennessee at Chattanooga 0. Duke and Stanford at the half. It's 3 for Stanford and 0 for Duke. 3-0 Stanford over Duke at the half. Maryland 28, Virginia Military 16. That's a final. Tennessee 45, Wake Forest 6, another final. North Carolina 24, North Carolina State 19 at the 3rd quarter. Tulane 17 and Georgia 7 at the half. We'll get back to football. Now let's get back to baseball.
Well, it's the 8th inning at Fenway Park, and Tommy Harper is up for the Red Sox. Mickey Lolich has been superb out there today. He has a 6-1 lead. He's given up only 4 hits. Harper takes it low, ball 1. Tommy has walked in 3 appearances at the plate. He's gone out twice. He's 0 for 2. The hits have been well scattered. There's a ball low. There were 2 hits, 2 singles in the 7th. They were harmless. A single in the 1st and a triple by Bill Lee in the 3rd that resulted in a run. It was a 1-out triple. He eventually scored on a sacrifice fly by Aparicio, making the game close at that time 3-1. The 2-0 pitch by Lolich. Strike called. Beauty. If Lolich goes on to complete this game and win it, he'll be the first left-hander on a visiting club to beat the Red Sox in Fenway Park this year. Nobody's done it this year. A complete game win. Ken Holtzman of Oakland went the distance against him, but lost his game. Pitch is low outside, ball 3, 3-1. Montreal shut out the Pirates 3-0. McAnally won his 5th game. He's lost 15. Briles lost the game. He is 14-9. Harper pops one up very high into shallow center field. Stanley coming on, and Mickey has it for the out. Harper flies out a high fly ball to shallow center field. Louis Aparicio coming up. He is singled, had a sacrifice fly, and flat out. He's 1 for 2. Lolich still pitching in sunlight. There's shadow now encasing third baseman, batter, and catcher. Louis takes it low. 1-0 to Aparicio. Yastrzemski on deck. Big crowd here this afternoon has been rather silent, has had not much to cheer about. They've been sitting on their hands. Swinging foul tip, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. But Lolich has done a masterful job. He's kept the ball low. They're hitting into the ground. Had been up until around the 6th inning. And he's had the pitch he's wanted and put it right where he wanted to. Throws, and it's upstairs to Aparicio. Ball 2, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. The 2-1 delivery. It's a little bit low. Ball 3, 3-1. One out, nobody on base. Now Lolich winds and fires, and it's right in there. Called strike, a fastball, 3-2. Balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Fouled off down into left field, down to the crowd down there. Three and two with 1 away. The payoff pitch by Lolich, and it's inside corner, called strike 3. Aparicio was bending away from a fastball, but it was across the inside slice, letter high, and he is out on strike. 2 away. He kind of looked back at plate umpire Phillips, but didn't argue too much, as Lolich really jammed him that time. Yastrzemski up, hasn't had the ball out of the infield, has popped to second and grounded twice to second. He lines a shot toward right center field. Stanley chasing it, can't get it. Bounces on 1 hop into the bullpen area for a ground rule double. Yastrzemski doubles to right center with 2 out in the 8th. That is just the 5th hit for the Red Sox. Their 2nd extra base hit. Double for Yastrzemski with 2 out, nobody on. Reggie Smith coming up. At the plate, he has grounded to second and has struck out twice. In the field, he's had 3 assists from right field. Duke Sims out talking to Mickey Lolich. Set, and the pitch to Smitty is chopped foul at the plate. 1 strike. September sun lengthening the shadows now at Fenway Park. The grandstand shadow has encompassed the left fielder now. Northrop is in shadow, so so is Rodriguez at third, and Sims the catcher, Reggie the batter. The shadow is cutting right across the middle of that 18-foot circle at the pitcher's mound. Mickey Lolich still is pitching out of sunlight, stepping into shadow. The way he's pitching, things don't look good for the home nine this day. Here it is, and it's a check swing, ground ball foul, again toward third. 0-2 to Smith, who has had a rough time with Mickey Lolich. I remember in the first inning on opening day when the Red Sox got 3 straight hits, and then Smith came up, and Lolich struck him out. And it was a big strikeout at that time for Lolich because there was a hit to follow and a run scored, and then Yastrzemski ran into it out at third, and pretty soon the whole inning was shot with just 1 run scored, and they started off with 3 hits. Lolich peers in for the sign. Now he's set. And he throws, and it's low outside. Ball 1. One and 2 outs. Now the pitch. Inside, almost came close to him. Reggie just leaned back from waist up. He just leaned. Got out of the way of that one. A fastball. 2 and 2. Lolich can pour on the coals when he wants to with a fastball. He's got good breaking stuff and the command of his pitches, and his fastball has the necessary velocity when he wants it to. 2 and 2 to Reggie with 2 outs, and he has at second base. Now the set and the pitch. Strike 3, swinging, he jammed him, slid one in on him. Reggie slings the bat away. That's the 3rd time he has struck out today, and Lolich has made him look bad. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. And after 8 innings, it's the Tigers 6, the Red Sox 1.
Let's take a look around on the scoreboard and back to that Army-Nebraska game, and it's going to be sad news for Army fans all around the world as Nebraska scored 42 points in the 3rd quarter. That made the score 63-0 at the end of the 3rd quarter, but the final score is in now. Nebraska 77 and Army 7. At the half, Air Force leads Pittsburgh 13-7. 3rd quarter, it's Southern Cal 35 and Illinois 20. Iowa State over Utah 24-16 at the end of the 3rd quarter. Tulane 24, Georgia 13 in a final. Rhode Island 27, Northeastern 7, another final. And Kingsport, they defeated Norwich 12-9. Connecticut 7 and Vermont nothing. And in some other scores that we have, it's Oklahoma 35 and Oregon nothing at the half. And Baylor 17, Missouri nothing at the half. Kansas 35 and Wyoming 7 at the half. Iowa 19, Oregon State 3 at the 3rd quarter.
Well, it's the top of the 9th inning, and the Tigers lead the Red Sox 6-1. The Yankees have beaten Cleveland 5-2. Milwaukee has beaten Baltimore 2-1. With Jim Lonborg getting the win. And Minnesota beat California, which has no consequence. Kansas City underway at Oakland. Mets beat the Phils 5-3, and Montreal shut out Pittsburgh 3-0. There's a long drive by Kaline deep to left center field. May hang up enough for a homer. It is a home run into the net, and the Tigers lead 7-1. Al Kaline smacked a Gary Peters pitch into the left center field screen. The 2nd home run for the Tigers. Oh, they are feasting. They are just grinning and laughing and lapping it up today. 15 hits or 13 hits for the Tigers and 37 in the 3 games so far. I don't know what happened. This is a team that came in with a very low team batting average, but they caught hold of the Red Sox pitching staff and the wall and everything else. There's a foul back. Tigers came in hitting as a team 232. Red Sox have 37. Pitch is outside. Ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, that one sent a few people toward the exit. Big crowd today, too. 30,407. Peters throws. There's a check swing. And a strike. Plate umpire checking with the first base umpire. Mr. Shylock is talking with the Red Sox bench. First, Phillips looked up that way, and he called it a strike finally. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Shylock at first saying that Stanley did break around and go more than halfway. 1 and 2. Peters gets ready. Stanley up there. He is 1 for 2 officially, has a run batted in. Curveball slapped toward third on the ground, charged by Rico. Throws to first, out. On a very close play at first base, it appeared that Stanley might have had that beat, but he was called out. So Mickey Stanley is thrown out by Petrocelli, and there's 1 away. That home run by Kaline was his 7th of the year. Norm Cash is up. And there's a strike to him. Cash has had 1 hit. He's walked twice and grounded out. He's 1 for 2. Here it is, a curve that doesn't curve, and it sends him back for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 pitch. Swinging strike, 1 and 2. Louis Tiant tomorrow, Woody Fryman tomorrow in the wrap-up of this series. 1-2 pitch. Curveball hit on the ground to Griffin at second. Doug scoops it out, waits and throws in time. 2 down. With 2 out in the Tiger 9th inning, Duke Sims is up. He is 2 singles, a walk, and flied out. He's 2 for 3 and has knocked in 2 runs. Rodriguez has a pair of hits, including a home run. Brinkman has had 2 singles. Al Kaline's had a homer. Dick McAuliffe has had 3 hits, including a double. That's the way it's been today. Pitch is inside to Sims, moving him away, ball 1. One ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Red Sox in their 9th inning will have Petrocelli, Fisk, and Evans coming up. 1-0 delivery. Low and inside, ball 2, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes, 2 outs. The 2-0 pitch. High fly ball to shallow right. Late break by Reggie Smith. Griffin back, though, and Doug has it. Way back on the grass toward the line in right field. So after the leadoff homer by Kaline, the next 3 batters go down. But a run and a hit in that inning, and nobody left on base. Peters gave up 3 hits while he was in there. 2 of them were home runs. So after 8 1/2 innings, score is the Tigers 7 and the Red Sox 1.
In baseball action on the AFRTS scoreboard, Chicago in the first of 2 defeated St. Louis 2-0. Montreal and Pittsburgh at the end of 7. It's Montreal 3 and Pittsburgh 0. The New York Mets defeated Philadelphia by a score of 5-3. Los Angeles leads San Francisco 2-0 at the end of 2 complete innings. San Diego and Atlanta, Cincinnati at Houston later on this evening. In a game shortened by rain in the American League, the New York Yankees defeated the Cleveland Indians by a score of 5-2. Fritz Peterson picked up win number 17 for New York. Milwaukee defeated Baltimore 2-1. Lomberg the winner. He's 13-11. Dotson the loser. He now goes to 16-17 for the year. Minnesota leads California 2-1 at the end of 6. Kansas City and Oakland, there's no score at the end of 2 innings. And Texas at Chicago, they have not got underway yet. And this late score just in, Oklahoma got 26 points in the third quarter. They now lead Oregon in football 61-0 at the end of the third quarter. We'll take a pause now for station identification. This is the American Forces Radio and Television Service.
American Forces Radio in the Canal Zone. This is SCN, 790 and 1420.
Line foul into the crowd down in left. Petroselli has popped up, walked, and grounded out. Lolich has been only superb so far, given up 5 scattered hits and 1 run. 1 strike pitch to Rico is fouled back, strike 2. And that run would not have scored if Al Kaline had played Bill Lee's line drive safely. He tried to shoestring and it got past him for a triple. And then he eventually scored on a sacrifice fly, but if Kaline had played it safely, it would have been a single. Then a walk, and a fly ball, and a ground ball followed. Pitch is inside, ball 1, 1-2. So except for that, Lolich would have had to be working on a shutout. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch. Foul back. That pitch has been one of Lolich's best pitches all afternoon. That fastball jamming a right-handed hitter after setting him up with breaking stuff. He has struck out several with that pitch today. Mickey throws. Rico swings. Fly ball to right center field. Mickey Stanley gallops over there, moves into the light standard shadow, and takes the catch for the out. 1 away. Fisk is up. And Fisk this afternoon has had 1 hit in 3 trips, a single to left in the 7th. Wind up by Lolich. The pitch to the plate is inside. Ball 1. Carlson, 1-1. A ball and a strike with 1 away. Fisk waiting for the pitch from Mickey. Slow wind up. Slow pitch, swung on and missed, strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes. Lolich looks as though he has recaptured the magic. His back on the beam today. Fastball high and away, ball 2, 2-2. Strikes, 1 away. Outfield around to left on Fisk. Now time called. Carlton backs out. So Lolich is a couple of outs away from being the first left-hander to get a complete game win against the Red Sox in Fenway this year. Pitches, and it's carved foul back to the screen, 2-2. 2 strikes, 1 away. Tigers 7, Red Sox 1, 9th inning. Orioles have lost, the Yankees have won. Now the 2-2 delivery. High pop foul coming back, and it may be out of play. Sims comes to the screen but can't get it. 2-2. Thank everyone who has contributed to the Jimmy Fund and has been so nice this year.
We just want to break in with some more scores now that we have, as they have just come in. Oklahoma 61, Oregon nothing, as we say. A final now 37 for Notre Dame and nothing for Northwestern.
2-2 pitch. Strike 3. Foul tipped one into Sims' mitt, and Fisk is out. The second time he has fanned. 6 strikeouts for Lolich. 3 of them have been Reggie Smith. 2 of them have been Carlton Fisk. And 1 of them, Louis Aparicio. So the Red Sox are down to their last out. Dwight Evans is up. He flied deep to right, grounded to third, and flied to center. Lolich throws and curves him low, ball 1. Well, you got to appreciate watching somebody like Lolich pitch, who knows how, and just stands batters on their ears. The 1-0 delivery. Fastball inside, ball 2, 2-0. 2-0 delivery. Foul. Back on the screen. 2-1. Long look by Lolich. He's gunning for his 21st victory of the year. And there's a fly ball deep towards center field, way back. It's going to be in play, bouncing around the 420 mark, picked up by Stanley. Griffin holds at second base. He's gotten a double. Beg your pardon, it's Evans. Dwight Evans hits a long double to the triangle of dirt in center field, and the ball rolls to the 420 mark. 2-out double for Evans, so he can... Doug Griffin is up with Evans at second base. That was the 6th Red Sox hit. Their 3rd extra base hit. Lee has tripled. Yastrzemski has homered. Evans has doubled. Griffin is 1 for 3. He singled in the 7th inning. Goodness gracious. Danny Cater has walked on deck. Pitch is inside for a ball. Cater hasn't played since around Valentine's Day, I don't believe. He has been just almost a forgotten man, he and Lou Krause. And Danny is out kneeling on deck, and if Griffin gets on, Cater will bat for Gary Peters. Here's the pitch. Fly ball to right center field. Coming on is Kaline, coming hard.
scored, and Cater won't get a chance to bat as Kaline makes the catch to end it. Rather mercifully, I believe. 7-1 Detroit. In the ninth inning, the Red Sox, no runs, 1 hit and 1 left. Final score, Tigers 7, Boston 1. We'll wrap it up in a moment.
Well, in football action around the country, some other scores coming in now. Southern Cal leads Illinois 35-0 in the third quarter. TCU 17, Indiana 13, third quarter score. Iowa 19, Oregon State 3 in the third quarter. Georgia Tech 21, Michigan State 3, also in the third quarter. Switching from college football to professional football on the professional side, tomorrow's schedule, Atlanta is at New England, Cleveland will be at Philadelphia, Dallas at the Giants, Houston at Miami, Pittsburgh at Cincinnati, St. Louis will be at Washington, San Francisco at Buffalo, Oakland is at Green Bay, the New York Jets play at Baltimore, Los Angeles will be at Chicago, and Minnesota will be at Detroit, and Denver at San Diego. And then on Monday night, for the Monday Night Football, it'll be Kansas City at New Orleans. And now back for the wrap-up.
Well, it was all Mickey Lolich and the Detroit Tigers this afternoon. No contest, really, from the first inning on, as Eddie Casco took his second gamble in 3 days, and the second time it has backfired on him. He decided on Sonny Siebert as a starter with a bad angle. Siebert didn't have it, but not only that, 2 outfielders didn't have control of their eyesight on the ball in the first inning, and 2 balls fell for, 1 a double and 1 for an error right off the bat. Both of those runners scored subsequently, but they should have been put out as